Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight.
So the teams have dropped for Thursday's game. Let's have a look at them. We have a first gamer playing, Saad El-Hawli. I'll get into him in a moment. Jordan Ridley's back from his concussion, and Archie Perkins and Elijah Sartis, the two players who are injured and will be out for a week, are omitted from the team due to injury. No one has actually been dropped, which is kind of surprising.
You serious?
You would think that someone somewhere would have been dropped after that performance, but no one has been dropped. Maybe it's lucky for a couple of players that there's, Perkins and Sartis were injured, but Menzies is still in the team. Pryor is still in the team. You could go through a few people there. Hobbs is still there. It will be Hobbs' 50th game, so congratulations to him for playing, getting through to 50 games. But yeah, no one has been omitted, so I would have thought that at least someone would have been. That's not the case. You can get into that in the comments and you can debate that to your heart's content or have a bit of a look. But as we look at the two teams on paper there, we've got McGrath, Mackay and Ridley along the fullback line, Mason Redman, Zach Reed and Jackson Pryor. Xavier Dersman on the wing, Caldwell in the centre and Archie Roberts on the other wing. Gresham, Nate Caddy, who is yet to kick a goal this year, but was pretty angry about being subbed off. So I think we can expect a pretty big game from Nate Caddy. At least Brad Scott was suggesting that the way Nate Caddy was looking at him after getting subbed off, he was saying channel that energy and take it into Port Adelaide on Thursday night. So we'll see how he goes. And Nick Martin, back where he should be on the forward line, on the half-forward flank. Harrison Jones, Sam Draper and Isaac Kako on the full forward line. The ruck division is Brian, Zach Merritt as ruck rover and Sam Durham. And the 5 players on the bench are Hobbs, Shield, Menzies, Saad El-Hawli and Edwards. So what do we know about Saad El-Hawli? Well, he was picked up last year in the mid-season draft. He was playing for the Northern Bull Ants. Before he played for the Northern Bull Ants, he was playing for Werribee Football Club out in my neck of the woods. He was averaging 26 disposals and 6 marks while playing for the Northern Bull Ants, and he was under the radar of both Essendon and Collingwood, and we were the ones who were able to pick him up in the mid-season draft. Last year, he kicked 4 goals in his first VFL game, but he injured himself shortly after with a syndesmosis injury, and consequently he missed 8 matches and wasn't able to break into the team. But now his chance has arrived. He's a pretty exciting player. He's known as being pretty quick with a good kick, with an eye for a goal, and it's been mooted that he's been, this chance has been coming for a little while, and really, perhaps if he didn't get injured last year, he probably would have debuted last year. So we wish him well tomorrow night. If you like this channel, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps the YouTube algorithm when you do so. It doesn't cost any money and it takes only 1 second to do so. If you could just click that little button, that would be absolutely fantastic. I would really, really appreciate it. I hope Saad is not the sub and he gets the full game. I reckon when you pick a player for their first game, you should play them for a full game. I don't think you should use them as a sub when you're picking them for their first game, just my opinion. Maybe Hobbs or Menzies will be the sub again. We'll see. I certainly hope it's not Edwards. I think he was pretty good last week. Kicked the 3 goals. I don't think he deserves to be sub. But anyway, we'll see what happens. So that is the Essendon team. Port Adelaide have made a couple of changes. Sava Radicali is in, Ivan Soldo and Tom Cochrane, who has a first game for Port Adelaide. Out is Lockie Jones, Ryan Burton and Jack Lukosius, who's out for a couple of months with an injury. Tom Cochrane, I believe, is the first AFL player to have Tourette's syndrome to play for an AFL team, at least first that I'm aware of and the first that anyone is aware of. I sure hope that they don't interview him after the game if Port Adelaide win. That could be interesting. We will see what happens there, so keep an eye on Tom Cochrane. So there's the team. What do you guys think of the team? There's a couple of schools of thought here when you put in a poor performance. Do you say to the team, look, all you guys, most of you played poorly, probably half of you were fails, I guess, in terms if you were to rate your team, rate the performance of anywhere between 1 and 10 out of 10. So we're going to give you all a chance to redeem yourself. Or do you drop a few players or a couple of players and, reward a couple of players in the reserves? Well, It is a tough one. Look, I'm more of the second one. I think if a couple of players have played poorly, you do need to reward good performance. Lewis Hayes took 16 marks in the VFL last week. I thought he would have been a possible inclusion, perhaps for Zach Reid. I think that would have been a thing. I don't think Brad Scott is keen on introducing more than one first gamer at a time. He's never done this in the 3 years that he's been here. We've never had, I don't think, two two first gamers playing the same match. I think he likes to introduce them, steadily. I guess I understand that. My take on it is that it doesn't matter if they're a first gamer or if they're a 10 gamer or if they're a second gamer. It doesn't matter. You shouldn't actually take into account if they're a first gamer. What you're really doing is picking the best team for the game. If someone like Lewis Hayes deserves to be in the team on merit, then the fact that he's a first gamer is irrelevant. You pick them because they're in the team on merit. And the fact that they're a first gamer, they're being picked because they're one of the best 23 players who you think is going to win the game that week. So I'm not of the school of thought that you don't pick two first gamers. You could pick three first gamers for all I care if they're ready and if they're expected that, on form and ability, they're among the best, the best 23 players to win the match that week. So that's my school of thought. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments what you think of the team. I would have thought that you would have seen maybe at least one more change, two more changes, which would have made four changes. Might have been pushing it, but I think an extra change probably would have been the thing. But look, on the plus side, it gives some of these players a chance to redeem themselves. And I think it'll be a pretty close game. I tipped Port Adelaide before, only just because you couldn't tip Essendon on form. But obviously this game is a little bit of a toss-up. Essendon are clearly going to come out, with a full head of steam and a chance to prove themselves. And look, it wouldn't surprise me if we get over the line in this game. But look, on form, we're definitely going to need to improve. And a number of players who were down last week are going to really have to show what they're made of this week. So that is the team. Guys, what do you think of the team? Please leave a like and subscribe to this channel if you like this content. Have a good day, everybody. And as always, go Bombers.
Up to win the premiership flag.